Are you sleeping now? It's midnight in Missoula, where the Black Hills know your name. Is a snow piled high around your window frame? Is there enough frost left to write our names upon the pane? Are you sleeping now? It's midnight in Missoula. Are you sleeping now? It's midnight in Missoula. I am down in Rio where I cannot find the sky. Our Savior on that mountaintop has taught my soul to fly. I am singing Gershwin and children's lullabies, wondering of you and if you're sleeping in Missoula tonight. Oh, oh, oh. Are you sleeping now? It's midnight in Missoula. Are you sleeping now? It's midnight in Missoula. Love to climb your hilltop and look out upon Missoula light. Sing Samuel Barber melody, your viola sweet and high. To Liverpool on an early evening flight, wondering of you and if you're sleeping in Missoula tonight. Whoa, oh, are you sleeping now? It's midnight in Missoula, where the Black Hills know your name. Is a snow piled high around your window frame? Is there enough frost left to write our names upon the pane? Are you sleeping now? It's midnight in Missoula. Are you sleeping now? It's midnight in Missoula. Oh, oh, oh. Are you sleeping now? You know how much I love you. Are you sleeping now? It's midnight in Missoula. He was standing by the highway with a sign that just said mother, when he heard a driver coming about a half a mile away. So he held the sign up higher where no decent soul could miss it. It was 10 degrees colder down by Boulder Dam that day. He was raised up in Milwaukee, though he never was that famous. He was just a road musician, to the taverns he would go, singing songs about the rambling, parlor-loving girls and gambling. How the world fell on his shoulders back in Boulder, I don't know. And she told him she would take him for a ride in the morning sun. Back in Boulder, he had told her, I don't know when I've had a better friend. was out in Arizona that he heard the lady listening to each word that he was saying, to each line that he would write. So he sat down at her table and they talked about the weather, 98.6 and rising down by Boulder down that night. And she told him she would take him for her head in the morning sun. Back in Boulder, he had told her, I don't know when I've had a better friend. Now he's traded off his Martin, though his troubles aren't all over, 'cause his feet are almost frozen and the sun is sinking low. So won't you listen to me, brother? Well, if you ever loved your mother, won't you pull off on the shoulder if you're going Milwaukee way? It's 10 degrees and getting colder down by Boulder down today. Christmas time, the elbows push you around. This is not my place of memories, I'm a stranger in this town. And the faces seem familiar, and I know those songs they're playing, but I close my eyes and find myself 5,000 miles away. World goes round without you. Oh, you're the one thing I never thought I could live without. I just found a smile to think about you. You're a Saturday night far from the madding crowd. Buskers sing by candlelight in front of Yuli's store, and a young nun offers me a chair at a table by the door. And I feel compelled to tell her, the sisters that we knew, how when they lit their candles I'd say a prayer for you. It's funny how my world goes round without you. Oh, you're the one thing I never thought I could live without. I just found a smile to think about you. You're a Saturday night far from the mad crowd. Church bells ring for holy hour, back out in the rain. It's been 20 years or more since I last said your name. And I hear you live near Dallas now, in a house out on the plains. Why Grafton Street brought you to mind, I really can't explain. It's funny how my world goes round without you. street at Christmas time. The elbows push you round. All I carry now are memories. I'm a stranger to this town. yet so far away from all the things I'd hope to say. We'll have to go unsaid today, perhaps until tomorrow. Your fears have built a wall between our lives and all that loving means. We'll have to go unfelt, it seems, leaving only sorrow. You built your tower strong and tall. Can't you see they got to fall someday, babe? Close your eyes and speak to me of faith and love and destiny, as distant as eternity from truth and understanding. The wind blows cold outside your door. It whispers words I've tried before, but you don't hear me anymore. Your pride's just too demanding. You built your tower strong and tall. Can't you see it's gotta fall someday, babe? The end is coming soon, it's plain. A warm bed just ain't worth the pain. I'm to go and you'll remain with the bitterness we've tasted. A mother's breast and a newborn child, a poet's tears and a drunkard's smile. I can't help thinking all the while, babe, their meaning won't be wasted. You built your tower strong and tall. Can't you see it's gotta fall someday? Hey, babe. Gulf Coast Highway, he worked the rails, he worked the rice fields with their cool dark wells, he worked the oil rigs in the Gulf of Mexico. The only thing we've ever owned is this old house here by the road. And when he dies, he says he'll catch some blackbird's wing, and we will fly away to heaven come some sweet blue bonnet spring.
She walked through springtime when I was home. The days were sweet, our nights were warm. The seasons changed, the jobs would come, the flowers fade, and this old house felt so alone. flies. She says she'll catch some blackbird's wing, and she will fly away to heaven come some sweet blue bonnet spring.
This is the only place on earth blue bonnets grow. Once a year they come and go at this old house here by the road. And when we die, we say we'll catch some blackbird's wing, and we will fly away to heaven from some sweet blue bonnet spring. Yes, when we die, we say we'll catch some blackbird's wing, and we will fly away together come some sweet blue bonnet spring. Packed up my suitcase, pulled down my old bedroll, and I started to wander far from my home. And the time it passed quickly, and the days seem to be hours, far from your city and Yarrington town. Well, I wandered through midnights of sea-bordered bar lights, and I wandered through forests as deep as the sea. But I never got lonesome until I'd hear a sad song, one to remind me of Yarrington town. Well, I followed a miner to his home in the North Woods, and he promised to love me as long as I'd stay. And I even saw lightning touch a stone in the minefield, could not touch the lightning in Yarrington town. So I packed up my suitcase, I pulled out my old bedroll, and I started to wander on back to my home. And the time it passed slowly, and the days seemed to be far from your city and Yarrington town. I'm going home to your city and Yarrington town. You see, I love you. Please don't break my heart in two. It's not hard to do, 'cause I don't have a wooden heart. And if you say goodbye, then I know that I would cry. Maybe I would die, 'cause I don't have a wooden heart. There's no strings upon this heart of mine. It was always yours from the start. Treat me nice, treat me good, treat me like you really should. 'Cause I'm not made of wood, and I don't have a wooden heart. No strings upon this heart of mine. It was always yours from the start. Musetin, zum steht in Haus, und du, mein Schatz, bleibst drin. Treat me nice, treat me good, treat me like you really should. 'Cause I'm not made of wood, and I don't have a wooden heart. It's an inconvenient time. It's an inconvenient time. It's an inconvenient time. We're living in a time of inconvenience. Compassion fails me with this meanness in the air. City streets are filled with violence, so we close our doors to the city and pretend that it's not there. Here I go again, back out on these mean streets. The evil seems to cling to the soles of my feet, 'cause I'm living in a time of inconvenience, at an inconvenient time. We're living in the age of communication, where the only voices heard have money in their hands. The breed has become a sophistication. You ain't got money, you ain't got nothing in this land. Here I And I've turned my cheek as my history fades, while the clock ticks away any progress we've made. I never thought I'd be ashamed to be human, afraid to say my time has seen its day. Because I'm living in a time of inconvenience. I'm living in a time of inconvenience. I'm living in a time of inconvenience. It's an inconvenient time. This is a time of greed and power, where everyone needs to have someone to shove around. Our children come to us for answers, listening for freedom, but they don't know the sound. There they are, our children, dumped out in these mean streets. The evil sweeps them up and brings them to their knees, 'cause they're living in a time of inconvenience. They're living in the age of communication. This is a time of greed and power. This is a time that I wish was not mine, 'cause it's an inconvenient time. 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 Let me write on the wall of death one more time. Let me write on the wall of death one more time. You can waste your time on the other rides, but this is the nearest to being alive. Oh, let me take my chances on the wall of death. You can go with the crazy people in the crooked house. You can fly away on the rocket, spinning in the mouse. Tunnel of love might amuse you, and Noah's Ark might confuse you. I win my way. I win my way. I win my way. Hey up, oh, I win my way. I win my way. I win my way. Hey up, I win my way. 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 Hey up, I win my way. I win my way. I win my way. I win my way. Hey up, I win my way. I win my way. I win my way. Hey up, I win my way. I win my way. I win my way. Hey up, I win my way. I win my way. I win my way. Hey up, I win my way. I win my way. I win my way. Hey up, I win my way. I win my way. I win my way. Hey up, I win my way. I win my way. I win my way. Hey up, I win my way. I win my way. I win my way. Hey up, I win my way. I win my way. I win my way. Hey up, I win my way. I win my way. I win my way. Hey up, I win my way. I win my way. I win my way. Hey up, I win my way. I win my way. I win my way. Hey up, I win my way. I win my way. I win my way. Hey up, I win my way. I win my way. I win my way. Hey up, I win my way. I win my way. I win my way. Hey up, I win my way. I win my way. I win my way. Hey up, I win my way. I win my way. I win my way. Hey up, I win my way. I win my way. I win my way. Hey up, I win my way. I win my way. I win my way. Hey up, I win my way. I win my way. I win my way. Hey up, I win my way. I w Your time.